Hello everyone, good morning. Good morning, guys. I want to believe you can hear me. Sorry for starting a bit late. My name is Emmanuel Odogu. I'm reaching you from the beautiful city of Port Harcourt, and this is our morning market review from Rally Trade Rally Academy. I hope we're all safe, we're all good where we are. I hope the protests did not really affect us negatively on the market, even though it's affecting our economy. Okay. So guys, we're starting immediately. Let me know if you can hear me. Let's do a little sound check here, please. Go get to the room and let me know if you can hear me. Guys, please do that for me. Get to the room. Let me know if you can hear me. Little sound check here. Just like sound check 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, guys, thank you very much. I can see you there. Thanks, thanks, thanks. So let's just go straight right in. Thanks for the response. Right? So that's why it's so good to be a trader. So why most persons are out there protesting. Some of us we are indoors protesting because you can protest from indoors, you can protest while you're out there. You can also be indoors trading. Okay, most persons their businesses, if they're not going out, they cannot do their businesses. They cannot get their daily 10K. Uh, but then with us, we can trade, right? So whatever is the condition, whatever is the situation around you in your world, around where you live, you can trade. You can trade. You can trade. That's one good thing about trading. So with that being said, you can see the reason why some of you need to bring your family and friends to join this business because you can do it at the comfort of wherever you are, even inside your toilets. So guys, let me share my screen. Let me share my my screen. So we're going to start with fundamentals like we always do here. Fundamental. Let's see what the market is telling us. This is the second day of August, right? A very beautiful day, a day of the Lord. And of course, it's also a day for NFP. Come on, guys. So we're expecting real volatility on the market today. So usually a day of NFP, the market normally slows down before the news, right? So traders are gearing up. Traders are preparing for the big move. Okay. So let me share my screen real quick. So those of us just joining us, this is Emmanuel Dogo reaching you from the video city of Port Harcourt. And this is Rally Trade, Rally Academy Morning Market Review. What we do is we try to give you tips and tricks on how to navigate the market, to give you previews and reviews of what the market has done before now. So I'll start by giving you previews and reviews. So I've been able to share my screen. So guys, you can see my screen, right? So I've shared my screen, and this is investing.com. So one of the websites we use for fundamentals cuts across these ones. So investing.com. We also use Forex Factory, very popular among traders, right? So we also use fstreet.com, my Facebook, Trading Star, Trading Economics, so many of them, right? So many of them, right? So most of them carries more news than the others. So that is why we normally go through several of them, right? And one thing I've also noticed is that most of them mark their news as medium impact. Others mark their news as low impact, right? Most of them mark their news as high impact. So what is this impact? This impact is simply the volatility. Okay, so another word for impact. So this year, as you can see here, this year is impact, right? Now also on this other sister website, investing.com, as you can see, this year is impact, as you can see, impact. So another word for this impact is the volatility. Okay, so over here on investing.com, like the one we normally use is Forex Factory, but let me show you investing.com real quick. So on this impact, as you can see, 3-star is high impact, 2-star is medium impact, 1-star is low impact. So the impact is actually volatility. So volatility is actually the rate of change of price with time. So I'm doing all this explanation, baby explanation, because we always have newbies joining us. Okay, so I like to carry everybody along. All right, guys. For today, this is so I'll just be switching from one to the other so that you can know that the two are the same thing. Okay. So for today, 7:30, we saw a news on CHF, right? Even though it's red impact, high impact, we don't have that enough movement. Okay. So I think the result came out as expected, right? The result came out as expected. And that news is on CPI. CPI, look at the news. It came out as expected. So we're expecting 0.2, and actually the result came out to be 0.2. Okay. So that did not really cause much movement as I was following the chart. Okay. So for today, so somebody's asking what is CPI. You're thinking CPI is Consumer Price Index, right? So it measures the changes in the price of goods and services as purchased by the consumer, being that consumer spending is one of the most important indicators we use to know what is happening in the economy, right? So the economy is primarily driven by consumer spending. Consumer spending is simple, consumers having money to spend, okay? So, but when inflation is creeping in, of course, it can directly or indirectly affect consumer spending, right? So let's say you go out with a certain amount to buy a thing, and of course, when you reach there, you want to buy 3 pieces, but when you reach there, the price is very high. You might just end up buying just 2. Okay, so that is how inflation creeping into the economy can affect consumer spend. So you get that right, right? So then for today also we have NFP. Come on, that's so good, man. So this is the news traders you normally look at for, right? So if you watch carefully, we have average hourly earnings. Somebody saying no audio. Is that true? Guys, can you hear me? Mr. Okon, say no audio. I think it should be from your own your internet connection. Please check. The rest of us can hear me now. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Henry, Awola B, Modesta, you guys can hear me. So, Mr. Kwon, please just check, please. Check. Now, for today, we have average hourly earnings, so which is the amount businesses and companies pay for labor, okay? So, hourly, right? So, that is also another index or another indices that we can use to gauge inflation, right? And of course, central banks, one of their core mandates is to look at these indicators, right? To look at these indicators to tell whether they are to cut rates, whether they are to hold the rate, interest rate, right? So these are some of the indicators they normally look at. So yesterday we saw that the UK Parliament, right? They were able to hold their rates at the same 5.0, right? So they hold their rate, as you can see, this is their interest rate statements, and of course with their interest rate release. So they were able to hold their rate at the same. So we're expecting 5.0 and they give us 5.0. So that impacted negatively on the pound. So we saw the pounds skyrocketing in the midterm movement upward so that it can just nosedive downward, right? So actually the impact was really negative on the pound. So we saw that news yesterday. Then, of course, that is the reason why GPUSD, in fact, GP itself has been weak, right? Throughout this week, it has been weak. So, an example would be to look at GPUSD, okay, or GPJPY. So, we have been seeing some kind of weakness on that particular currency. So for today, average hourly earnings, so we're expecting a value here. Then also non-farm employment change. So we also have unemployment rates, right? So we have these two. So we have two different organizations that normally publish the non-farm employment change with the unemployment rate, right? So now, if all the news comes out bad for the dollar, of course, it will be very weak, right? But if all the news comes out good, of course, it will be very strong, right? So, my own personal analysis, I think, might just come out good for the dollar, right? So the dollar has been strengthening lately, so it might just come out good for the dollar so that the dollar can skyrocket. So, but if the news is mixed, by mixed, I mean maybe NFP comes out good, unemployment rate comes out bad. Of course, you expect movement in both directions. So you expect a movement upward followed by a movement downward, or a movement downward followed by a movement upward. Now we don't really like that one because that one can actually affect our trading of the news, right? Because if you're using buy stop and sell stop on this particular NFP, wow. Now, if the news move in both directions, it can knock you out first before going in your direction. That will not be good. Or it can even give you profit before maybe moving to the opposite direction. So, but in all, you just want to have a very good and a small take profit that you might want to increase your lot size in trading this news. And of course, if you have trade already on the US dollar, so you may want to make sure you have stop loss and take profit on your trade, okay? So, but from what we have seen in recent time, this particular news event may just come out good for the dollar, okay? So, but what we are not too sure of is if all of these indicators will come out good all at the same time. Okay. Please, what is happening inside this chat room? I don't understand you guys. Are you guys having your own meeting inside the chat room? Good morning, scam. What is this? Please, if you have any challenge, if you have any issues, don't just type it here, right? Like challenges far away from what we are analyzing. You have our contacts, you have your account officer's number. You can go to our website, you see numbers to call and lay your complaints. Okay, so don't just wait until we're having a money market review. You now type or dump your your challenges. That's Mr. Olatunji, Mr. Olatunji, right? Please, and I normally drop my own number, so you can reach me, you can call me, you can reach any of the reality staff, account officer, presenter, any of us. Please, don't just dump it here so that don't cause some kind of confusion, so that everybody will focus on the analysis, so that we can see how we can make money for today. So guys, I think that will be all for this USD news on USD. Okay. So you just want to use, you can use buy stop and sell stop, right? You can use buy stop and sell stop. So how do you do it? You just set a excuse me, you just set a you can do maybe 10 pips away from the market price. They also do 10 pips below the market price. So I think let me show you how you can be able to achieve that. Um, so guys, just a minute. Let me show you how you can be able to achieve that. I have a slide I would like to show you, just quick one. Mhm. So I believe you guys are still with me. Um, so quick one, let me show you this, how you can be able to trade this news. I was trying to open this PowerPoint, but then I think I've been able to open it. So let me show you guys. So let me share my screen so that you can equally see my screen, guys. So I've been able to share my screen. I want to believe you can see this, right? So this was the same way I traded CPI some couple of months ago. So that was in May. I believe you can see what I have on my screen, guys. So you can do this and of course make cool cash for yourself. So let me show you. You can see my screen. Am I correct? Guys, you can see my screen, right? So if you can see my screen, so let's say this is the news hour, or let's say 20 minutes of the news. We have the market price, something like this. 20 minutes to the news. You have the market price, something like this. This is the market price. So what you do is the news is by 1:30. What you want to do is by 1:20, 1:10, you just do a sell stop and a buy stop with a take profit. Can you see this? Let me pause and then know whether you can see my screen. Can you see this? Let me know, please. Can you see my PowerPoint? I was trying to open it. I've been able to open it. Can you see it, please? Okay, yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you. So you can use this, you can do this, and of course it will really help you, okay? To help you. So you do a buy stop like this, something like this, as you can see clearly on my screen. Now, what if you can just screenshot this, right? Just in case. You can screenshot it. And also remember we are recording this live on we're streaming this live on YouTube and also recording it. So if you miss any part, you can quickly go back to YouTube and watch Rally Trade on YouTube. Okay. So you can do a buy stop like this. Now the distance from the distance from the buy stop to your entry can just be maybe 10 pips, right? Or 15 pips. Now, the challenge is that you don't want to keep it too close. You don't want to keep it too far. Keeping it too close is a danger. Keeping it too far is also a danger point. Now, let me explain this. If you keep it too close, it means once the news is released, right? So remember, this is you are on a floating spread, right? So while the news is released, floating spread is affected by volatility, right? So once the news is released, the spread might just open up, right? And you can pick the two trade. You can pick both the buy and the sell. Remember, you don't want that. You don't really want that. Then also, please, you want to take care of your risk management very well. So let's say you have an account size of 100,000 naira. You can do 0.1, just like you see on my screen. What if you have an account size of 500,000 naira? You can also do 0.2, 0.3, right? If you have an account size of 1 million naira, you can do maybe 0.5. You can even go close to one standard lot, right? One standard lot. So the bigger the account, the bigger you want to increase your lot size. Okay. Now, what if you just have small money and you have some money in the bank? What is that money doing in the bank? It's doing nothing in the bank. So between now and the news time by 1:30 or by 1, you can just quickly get through to your account officer, top up your account so that you can trade the news big, right? So that you can go in big with the news. Because the money is not doing anything in the bank now. I should tell my traders or even prospect I normally talk to, if you have question would be, I think I know the answer. I don't need to get the answer from you. The money has not increased, rather the money has reduced, because remember the purchasing power of the money have reduced, and also inflation has eaten deep into the money. Okay, I think I have network issues here. But guys, if you can hear me, let me know if you can hear me, please. Check again. Can you hear me? Guys, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, fine, fine. You can hear me. Sorry about that. You know, it's Nigerian network. So somebody's asking, why is the buy stop? Sorry, please. Sorry, please. Maybe the protest is affecting the network. So somebody's asking, why is my own on this my screenshot? Why is the buy stop far away, or why am I not having the same distance? Right? That means the buy stop, the distance from the entry price, even from the buy stop, from the sales, the distance from the market price to the sell stop. That's the question I got just now. I am still Somebody say recap. That's what I'm still doing now. I'm still on it. Okay, you're saying I should recap. I'm still on it. So I think the last question I got is why is the distance not equal, right? Now, what will happen is once you set it, the distance may be equal. Remember, you're going to set this by maybe 20 minutes to the news or even like 10 minutes to the news. So if you know you're not going to be very fast, right? So you can start very early as 1:10. They already setting this. But if you know that you're going to be very fast, you can start you can start by 1:20, right? Now you can do this across multiple instruments, not just one instrument. You can do this across multiple instruments, right? Now, but the question is, why is this distance not the same thing, right? Now, remember, once you set it between that 1:10 or 1:20 to the 1:30, the market will still be moving. So, sir, you got your answer there. That's the reason why this distance is not the same thing. So, your job is once you set it, remember the market will keep moving, right? So, this price was down here, it was equal, and gradually it started moving upward gradually. So, what you do is, as it's moving, your job is to constantly be adjusting the sell stop. For example, as it is like you adjust the steps sell stop, you bring it much closer to the market price, right? Such that the distance is always the same. So it's not that you just set it and go and sleep. That's not what you do. You set it, you be very vigilant. Now, as you set it, you will keep adjusting it because it will not remain the same. It's like a baby. If you keep a baby in one place and then you turn your eyes, before you know, the baby has moved to a new position. So the same thing. Once you set it, it will not remain the same way from that 110, 120 to the 130 news. No, it will move. So if it moves, make sure your laptop, your MT4 is on one-click trading. I'm sure you know one-click trading. Okay, so turn on your one-click trading settings such that once you just do one click, you'll be adjusting it. I want to believe I was able to answer that question. Which other question again? So, Mr. Judith, is it Miss Judith or Judith? You're asking, how about how many pips distance from buy or sell? So you're asking the pips distance. You can use between 10 to 12 pips, right? Maximum of 15 pips. Okay, I think we should leave this the question side and then go straight to the chat. Because we're just going to be answering questions like this from now till 9 and then we're done. If yours is not a one-click trading, you can go and turn it on, right? Mr. Ade, okay, let me just call Ade, okay, so that I will not cut my tongue. Mr. Ade, please, you can switch on your one-click trading, or if you don't know how to do it, you can reach me at the end of this webinar, so I will teach you how to do it, okay? Or you just go straight to tools. Okay, let me help you. Go straight to tools, come down to option. Okay, Mr. Ade, go straight to tools, come down to option. Tools on your laptop, come down to option. Then click option. Once you click options, then you click on trade. Then of course you see the last button there at the bottom. You turn it on, one click trading. So everybody's asking questions. Everybody using the opportunity to ask questions. Everybody wants to make money. That's cool. So on what time frame, Mr. AY, I like that name. On what time frame is the best to set it up? Very fine. Now, when you're trading news is actually scalping the news because you don't want to stay long, right? You take advantage of that initial spike. So when you're doing this, you want to do this. You want to do this with a lower time frame, right? So the maximum time frame, the highest time frame you should use is 15 minutes. Say you have gone too high. So you can use 5 minutes, you can use 15 minutes, you can as well use 1 minute, right? So, but 1 minute, remember your screen will not be big enough to show all the information. So just use 15 minutes or use 5 minutes. So that's for AY there. You say explain one click trading. One click trading means you're going to be doing everything very fast. Just one click, it will not bring out any option to confirm what you're doing. Just like you want to place a trade. By just clicking this button, you've entered the market. It's not bringing any other option. By clicking this button at the top left of your trade panel, you've entered a trade, right? It's not normally if you're not one click trading, once you click back it will bring out another dialog box again, asking you whether a dialog box so that you can put in your lot size and adjust so every other thing. So that's the second confirmation. With one click trading, of course, you don't need any second confirmation. So what the phone users, man, are we just going to take only questions, guys? Please, if I don't take your own question, please, I want to believe you understand with me, right? Of course, I'll drop my number so that you can continue asking questions. So, what of phone user? Do we have one click trading on phone? Yes, there's one click trading right now on MT5. MT5 have one click trading. So if you're using MT5 on the phone, it has one click trading. So guys, just go to your settings, you see one click trading. So Mr. Ade, I think I answered that. So you're asking what if the price goes down and then goes up first? Now, that will just be the challenge with this particular strategy, all right? Because every strategy is not 100%. So your question is what if the price goes down first before going up? So your question is what if the price goes down first before going up? So if the price goes down first, and in fact that is actually what we are trying to avoid by keeping this good distance, right? But then if it goes down further, of course, it can pick the sell and go and pick the buy. So that is actually the pitfall in this particular strategy, right? That's the pitfall. So, but then I can tell you this for free. If the news, of course, NFP is about 12 times in a year, right? So in those 12 times, right, about 70% will just go in your direction. You just few, just maybe 30% of them that might do that kind of up and down movement. But you don't want to miss this kind of move, okay? You don't want to miss this kind of move. So that is why you may want to include stop loss, right? To further protect yourself. So guys, I think, man, now you say reality should have group for question and answer. Of course, there is group now. If you decide to call your account officer, that's a personal group. You have our numbers, right? So what if I said the trade 5 minutes before the news? Of course, you can still do that now. But then if you said the trade 5 minutes, let me give you raw experience. If you said the trade 5 minutes, you will just be in a hurry. You will just be so anxious because of the time. Before you know it, you have used 3 minutes and you've not even set it correctly. Before you know it, you have made some mistake. Come on, you don't want to do that, right? So, guys, I think I've showed you how we trade this. So let me continue here. So this is exactly what happened. Watch this. Buy stop and the sell stop. And this particular one I'm showing you, it's not just a picture. If you watch carefully, this thing happened in May, right? So this is CPI, middle of the month, 15th May. So watch carefully what happened. It spiked up very well. Now watch, can you see this spike? If you can see this spike, it means if you watch carefully, it dropped down a little bit before going up. So usually this is what will happen, or this is what normally happens. So because of your sell stop is a bit far, this dropping down will not trigger your sell, right? So that is why you just want to be very careful, give good distance, but not too big, right? Maybe 10, 12, 15 pips, right? So don't go anything below 10 pips, please. Please write it down. Go and bring out your pen and write it down. Say, Emmanuel said we should not go anything below 10 pips. So that it not peak, so that it will not peak both the buy and the sell. Please, please, I want you to make money, of course. That is what one of our objective here, so that our traders will continue to be making money, and as they continue to make money, they'll continue to trade. That becomes win-win for us and for you. You get the point now. You get the point. So look at this one. This one does spike up, and of course, to give that profit, and of course, then you'll be happy. You pay your tithes, and of course, you'll be good. So guys, let me switch over to so let me play the rest information of what happened. See what happened later. And of course, some of you for today, you can make as much as 44 pips, right? As you can see, 40 pips, 20 pips. So when you do that, please, you target minimum of 20 pips, 30 pips, and 40 pips, okay? So your take profit should be around 20 pips, 30 pips, because NFP, CPI can give you around that number of pips. So guys, I think we are good right now. So let me switch over to technical analysis. I think we've used enough time for this, which is good. So let's do a little bit of technical analysis. But I still have more questions. So guys, if time is not taken, we'll just use all the time for this fundamental. You say Ogun, okay, Oguike. Sorry, please, if I murder your name. You say, I need your contact. Okay, thank you very much. I'll draw my number. How do you count your pips on the phone? Very simple now. Very simple to count your pips on the phone. If you don't know how to do that, I think you need to get into class again, right? It's just the normal way you count numbers now. For example, between 50 and 90. For example, right? Uh, third, if the third, fourth, and fifth numbers, right? So you just concentrate on the third, fourth, and fifth. So let's say it's Euro USD, right? So, and of course, Euro USD have 6 digits, right? 6 digits, right? The last one is the point. The second to last is the pips. Towards your left, they are all pips. So you just concentrate on the third number, right? The third, you concentrate on the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth numbers, right? Especially the fourth and the fifth number, they are the pips. So, for example, if you have 40, and of course the take profit is 90, that is about 50 pips. So, very simple. You can just do that on your phone. Okay, guys. So let's leave this one. Let's move over to the chat, guys. Thank you very much. You've spent enough time. The reason why we did this, we actually spent enough time on this so that all of you can do well, of course, make more money and of course trade the news very well. Okay. So let me share my screen right now, guys. So I'm sharing my screen. Are you with me? So just a minute, please. So I've been able to share my screen. Check if you can see my screen. This is MT. This is MetaTrader, as you can see. So let's start from USD index. So guys, I'll just try and be fast here. So USD index, as you can see, we have shifted to the downside, right? But then if you go to a much higher time frame, you will see that the force is still upward. So look at what we have here on this USD index. So we have broken the structures to the side. By now, I'm sure you understand this break of structure, right? So we've broken the structures to the downside. And of course, so that means we might just target this next low, right? Or we target this next high. So two directions we have to go. So it is that we are going down or we are going up, right? So it is that the market is going down, okay? Not we cannot go down. So it is either the market is going down or the market is going up. So these two lows, this low and this high is our next target, right? So let me just leave that and jump to Euro USD very, very fast. So for on Euro USD that we normally trade, as you can see, this we are really riding this trend to the downside, right? As you can see, we are riding this trend to the downside. So by now, I want to believe you already know how to trade market structure, right? So market structure is simply you looking at the markets moving from a point A to a point B. And whenever the market moves from point A to point B, the market normally leaves behind the highs and the lows. The highs and the lows are the clues, right, that you use to know whether we are losing momentum or we are gaining momentum, right? So this is where we got our break of structure, right, to the downside. And of course, if you notice, this market started trading downward. And of course, since it's trading downward, I decided to take a sell, right? So I took the sales some days ago, and of course, I'm still on that trade. So you can see the trend is still downward, right? So what I'm doing for you is how to know if the trend is downward or upward. So you want to always do this, sir. And you want to always do this on a higher time frame, right? So you can use minimum H1 time frame as your high time frame. So your higher time frame should be minimum. Your higher time frame. So guys, your higher time frame should be minimum H1 time frame, right? Should be minimum H1 time frame. But what I have here is a H4 time frame. So you do this on a H4 time frame first, on a higher time frame, so that you can know the overall market direction. That type of analysis, you may not be wrong. You will not be really wrong. So you will be correct up to 80% of the time. 60 to 80% of the time. Now, if you do this kind of analysis, write it down somewhere. Emmanuel said if you do this analysis, will be correct up to 60 to 80% of the time. So let's use the lower range, 60%. So if you're making profit 60% of the time, right? Then of course you are then you're trading well. You're trading well. I'm telling you. If you're making profit 60% of the time, you're trading well. So if this is our analysis, you'll be good because you're also considering what the big money is doing. Remember, the market is divided into two, big money and small money. So the big money is driving market to the downside. How do we know we are breaking structures to the downside? I mean, we are tapping the liquidity available to the downside. See now, we traded below this low to form a new low. We respected the high. We didn't trade above the high. The next time we form a new low, we traded below that low to form yet another new low, right? Or a lower low, right? So we are only trading below the lows. We are respecting the highs, right? So that means we are trading below the target liquidity. The lows become our target liquidity, and then we are respecting the protected liquidity. Watch carefully. We respected this high. The market did not trade above this high. I hope you understand my choice of word. Respect. Now we respect this high. We not trade above this high, but with the market is trading below the lows, right? So if the market keep trading below the lows, we are rocking a downward trend, right? So if you watch, there was a sell here. Of course, the market went down. I protected the trade. So once you're in profit, you start protecting your profits, right? So there is also another sell here. And of course, this is a stop loss to protect the trade. So guys, when can you now enter your own sell so that as you're seeing me making money, you too, you can also be making money. So the market have done a retracement to the upside, as you can see, right? So this is a good retracement, right? Now a sell can come in, okay? But remember, if you place a trade now, you want to have a strict stop loss and take profit. Remember, there is news by 1:30, right? And there is no guarantee that if you place a trade now, that it will quickly give you profit before the 1:30 news. It can happen, but I say there is no guarantee, okay? I hope you understand my choice of word. It can happen, but there is no guarantee. So we are rocking a downward trend, right? So anytime the market retraces upward, it gives you opportunity to also want to sell, okay? You also want to sell. So I'm seeing an order block here, but this is a higher time frame to be very big. So let's drop down to a lower time frame. I'll use 15 minutes for my lower time frame. So for 15 minutes here, guys, I'm still looking for opportunities to sell. So you may want to take the trade, or for some of you may want to wait until you see NFP before you start trading. So Mr. Sunday I say, how can we calculate 10 pips? Very simple now. If you don't know how to calculate 10 pips, you can I think we cannot use this our small time we have to be calculating pips. I'll drop my number. I'll drop my number, or you can reach out to your account officer. Tell the account officer. Emmanuel said I should call you so that you teach me how to calculate 10 pips. Or I'll draw my number. Then you can call me, okay, Mr. Sunday. I will teach you how to calculate 10 pips away from the market price. So let's continue. So these lines, excuse me. So I think we are back. Let's continue. These lines we do these lines on the higher time frame, right? On the H4 time frame. Now, as you can see, drawing these lines on the higher time frame is simply what we call order flow. So it can tell you how the orders are flowing, how the market is flowing, right? Okay, I think I mistakenly placed some trade there, but let's just continue. So it can simply tell you how the orders are flowing, right? So drawing these lines can tell you how the orders are flowing on the market, right? As you can see that. So guys, let me zoom in so that we can see this clearly. So if you can tell how the orders are flowing, then of course you are good. You're good, right? So that means the order is flowing downward, right? The order is flowing downward from this line. So that means any opportunity the market moves up, it's giving you a premium price. right? And of course, sellers are very interested in premium price. For example, since the order is flowing downward from what we saw, right? So this line is moving downward. So we got this opportunity of the price going up, 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 up to this point, right? So guess what? This is a premium price. And of course, more trader jumping with the sell, it must dive again. Now it's about giving us another premium price. So anytime it move up, gives you premium price, what do? You sell more, okay? So that means, so let me just give you this real quick. Okay, this analysis will serve for that of Euro USD. So if the price move up to this level again, and of course, we would like to sell again, right? So if it touch this area again, we would like to sell. So if you said there, if you sell around this area, which area 1.08205, 1.08205, you may want to use a very tight stop loss because there is news by 1:30, so you want to be in and out of the trade before that time, or even stay on the trade. The news will push the markets, right? So your stop loss will be 1.08353, 1.08353, and of course you use this next low, your target liquidity as your take profit. Your take profit would be 1.07731. Okay, so you want to wait until the price touches this area before you take. You are only selling if the price gets to 1.08205. Okay, so you're not selling right now. Otherwise, just wait for the news. So GPUSD real quick. So this is GPUSD. Oh, this thing has been nose diving, right? It has been nose diving. Going downward, which is good, which is very, very good for us. So guys, this is H4 time frame. The price is going down. I want to believe you were able to make some profit yesterday, today, following this downward movement. As you can see, the movement is really strong going down. So even on our H1 time frame, you cannot deny this order flow. See this order flow: impulse to the downside, retracement to the upside. If you notice, this retracement did not trade above this high, which is good, healthy for the market. Then another impulsive move to the downside, trade below this low to form a new low, right? Then, of course, the retracement wasn't much because of the momentum is high. Guess what? It continued going downward up to this point, right? It continued going down up to this point. So we are still rocking our impulsive leg or impulsive move to the downside, right? So this is called an impulsive move. So we are expecting retracement. But guess what, sir? Once you have traded above a low, right, or a high, right? So the market will retrace at any time. We have traded above below this low, right? So the market will retrace at any time. So it is that retracement we are waiting for. But if you still want to go ahead and sell because this market has been dumping on a much lower time frame, 15 minutes, 5 minutes time frame, right? As you can see, it has been dumping, right? So any sell here will be a high risk sell, right? So remember, when you're trading, you should know when you're going in with high risk and low risk, right? High risk and low risk. So even if you watch this 5 minutes time frame, I've moved to a 5 minutes time frame. Some of you say, hey, Emmanuel, I've never seen your 5 minutes time frame. Very correct. So the reason why we have several time frame is for detail, especially the lower time frame, right? So the market is always going to be the same, but then if you go to a lower time frame, you are going to get more detail. And guess what? As traders, we are doing analysis. We need to gather more information. In this information, gather more detail about the market. Remember, in the multitude of counsel, there is safety, there is safety, there is safety. Safety starts from when you start making money, and of course, when you start protecting your capital, right? Safety, safety, safety. So, what is counsel? Counsel is information, more information. So, the more information you have about your entry or the market, the better your trading decision will be. So, look here on this 5 minutes time frame again. As you can see, we have traded below a low to form a new low, right? So this was the low. We have traded below it to form a low. So both on the 15 minutes time frame and on the 5 minute time frame, we have traded below lows to form new low, right? So if we have traded below low to form new low, I wouldn't want to still sell, okay? So I would like to wait for a retracement before we do our selling, right? So retracement might be retraced to this maybe local resistance. As you can see, it is even called verified resistance. So wait for retracement before you do your sell, right? Before you do your sell. So you wait for a retracement retracement around this level, guys. Retracement around 1.27. So 1.27343, right? So you wait for retracement around 1.27343 before you might want to do your sell, right? Wait for retracement. Wait for retracement. Why? We have traded below the low on 15 minutes time frame. We have also traded below the low on 5 minutes time frame, right? So you want to wait for a retracement because the market would like to offer premium prices before any further movement to the down. Normal analysis. So guys, let me know the instrument you want us to analyze. So you're asking, can we set I think I'm looking at the comment section right now. Somebody saying we cannot hear. Is it true? Guys, can you hear me? Of course, you can hear me loud and clear now. I believe so. So you're asking, can we use can we set sell limit? Of course, you can use sell limit, right? For my explanation, if I'm saying we are waiting for the price to give us a premium for the price to trade higher, that higher is sell limit now. You can use a sell limit, please. You can use a sell limit. Now, one of the challenge we do have here is sometimes we try to keep things too simple. So to carry everybody along, and those that are advanced will now start thinking, this guy, you are too simple. Sometimes when we go too high, just to set selling becomes a challenge. So understand our position, right? Okay, you're asking how do you use a MACD, please, right? Have a powerful strategy on this MACD. I think that's the strategy that's on display here. Very powerful strategy, Modesta. Very powerful strategy. Very powerful. So what you're seeing on this screen is a MACD strategy, right? MACD combined with market structure. Very powerful strategy. Since you're already asking me to analyze gold, so this is gold before our eyes, right? Very powerful, very powerful. So let me show you this strategy real quick. Then of course, now this strategy is called this strategy is actually MACD balls, right? MACD balls. So that means MACD combined with break of structure. BOS is break of structure. So this is an impulsive leg to the upside, right? Remember the market was falling down, right? So I'm using the same strategy on this gold. You asked for gold, I should analyze gold. I'm honoring that request right now. So this is an impulsive leg to the downside on H4 time frame. And of course, you can call this a retracement leg to the upside, right? But before the retracement leg, we saw a series of internal structure, breaking structures to the upside. Of course, it shows momentum is shifting upward, okay? So momentum is shifting upward. So we had this high, right? We have this high. Then before long, of course, momentum have shifted upward already from what we are seeing, right? So the next thing we got was we traded above this high to form a new high, right? So trading above that high to form a new high, we call that break of structure. What is break of structure? Sign of momentum. So before you buy, you want to see momentum going upward. So write it down, write it down. Use your write it on your journal. So anytime you're joining us on this morning market review, please do well to grab your journal or your notebook and your pen. Be writing some things down. A break of structure is a sign of momentum. What is break of structure? It means whenever the market trade above a high, it's a sign of momentum going upward. Whenever the market trade below a low, it's a sign of momentum going downward. That's technical analysis 101. Okay. So guys, we have traded above this high to form a new high, right? So then suddenly you look at your MACD. Your MACD has moved from the bearish momentum to the bullish momentum. Now, this is default setting on MACD, okay? So you can set this Modesta. I think you asked this question, so I'm giving this to you free of charge. So the MACD has moved from so these blues are histogram, right? So the histogram shifted from the zero line, below zero line to above zero line, okay? So then, of course, above zero line is buy, right? It's a buy signal, right? So the MACD is giving us buy signal, as you can see, it's not buy signal. Then, of course, you have a 50-figure simple moving average on your chart. If you watch carefully, there's a confluence of the market structure shifting to the upside plus your indicators. The indicators are just the moving average and of course the MACD, right? So some of you are wondering, Emmanuel, you're talking about indicators. Of course, of course. Now, when you do the market structure, you use only the chart to analyze. You can use some indicators to spice up the whole thing. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to do here. So, the candlestick is found above the moving average, right? It's found above the moving average. So that's also a buy signal. So all buy signal, your buy can start taking place from here, and of course, you enjoy all of this profit going upward. Now, that's for what has already happened, right? So let's look at what's happening right now. So I'll drop down to a 15 minutes time frame. Guys, 15 minutes time frame. Are you still with me? So 15 minutes time frame, what's happening right now? Now, but before that, look at what you want to do. On this H4 time frame, you want to know if you are still going up or going down. I mean, if the market is still going up or going down. You want to know if the structure is still going up or going down. So let me draw this real quick. So let me drag this. We got the break of structure here to the upside. This is the break of structure, right? As you can see. So we are actually going upward. It's very clear that we're going upward. See now. So that's the high. So we traded downward to form a low, right? So if you watch carefully again, we traded much higher to form a new high. This is almost looking like a relatively equal high. That's red. Then we traded down to form a low. This low is higher. Then we traded up to form, if you watch carefully, we have formed a new high. So technically, on the H4 time frame, we are still going up, right? So the market is still pushing upward, right? So on the 15 minutes time frame, so gold is still going up, right, on the H4 time frame. So that information means if you have a trade on gold, sir, and you're buying, you can leave that trade still running, right? You can leave that trade still running. Remember, this analysis is not only for you to place a trade, it's also for you to manage an existing trade. Get the point, right? Get the point. It's not only for you to So it's not only for you to place a trade, it's also for you to manage an existing trade, right? Understand that point. Now, please, on this 15 minutes time frame, as you can see, our MACD is still bullish, right? So what do you think we can do? Of course, the market is still going upward, as you can see, right? So see if you look at gold carefully, both the place a buy on gold, they will set a very if you don't have big capital, don't even come to gold, because some person will place a trade on gold and then their stop loss is just 2,000 naira or 3,000 naira. What's that? That amount is small. So before long, the market will just knock you out. So for example, if you place a buy right now, remember this is a low. Your stop loss have to be here, or your stop loss. If you enter a buy right now, your stop loss have to be here, or your stop loss have to be below the 50 period moving average, right? That's the closest, because 50 period will act as a dynamic support, or your stop loss have to be below this low, your stop loss, right? So before you place a trade, you have to figure out where your stop loss would be, right? So otherwise, you wait for gold to dump even further, right? Dump very well, because if you use your Fibonacci, right? So you see around this area will be my 50% retracement level, right? So wait for gold to dump even further before you enter a buy. Okay, so you wait. So that will be around 2452.71. So you wait for gold to dump even further. But for the aggressive guys, you can still enter a buy right now. Okay. So guys, that's for gold. Then of course, let's just look at one more instrument. Remember, we took a lot of time doing fundamental analysis. So one more instrument, I will be done here because it's already 9. So let's just look at US 100, guys. US 100. Look at this instrument. This instrument is rocking the market. As you can see, the volatility is high on US 100. This area, if you don't have good capital and of course good mind, strong mind, you don't want to come here, right? Because the volatility is very strong here. In 1 second is going up, and the other second is going down. Remember, these instruments are companies, right? US 100 is 100 company. It is 100 companies. So whatever is happening to those companies is affecting the US 100. I'm telling you. So one of the ways you want to help yourself is you can get some news concerning these companies, right? It will help you, right? You can get some news concerning this company, tech companies, Nvidia, Microsoft, Tesla. They are just what makes up this US 100, right? So in one moment you can see the volatility upward, in another moment volatility downward. So technical analysis is not 100% enough for you to know, understand what is happening here. And you also need news, right? News about those companies. Okay. And there is this uh app that you can download, right? It will help you. It will help you. Now, those of you that need it, of course, you know what to do. So, guys, we are broken structure to the downside technically, right? So, our technical analysis, we're still going to do that, which is important also. Okay, so we've broken structure to the downside. What that means officially, we are going downward, right? So if the market is going downward on the 15 minutes time frame, we'll look for opportunities to sell this instrument, right? So we only sell if we have a retracement a little bit upward with a very tight stop loss. So a retracement upward a little bit to our dynamic resistance, we will start selling. Why? MACD is still found below the zero line. So guys, on US on there, since we are broken structures to the downside, of course, if you have a sell trade, you may want to still leave your sell trade running, right? Your sell trade can still be running. Then of course, if you are on a buy, you want to start cutting short the losses. So guys, that will be all for now. It's already past 9. Remember today is NFP, right? So the market will be a bit slow, not that moving down much because of the NFP, guys, because of the NFP. So don't be caught unawares, right? There is NFP. Of course, you can make enough money for yourself for today. So make sure by 1 o'clock you're already set on your system, looking at the instrument to trade. The instrument to trade are USD denominated currency pair or any of the USD currency pair, right? You can trade gold, you can trade even across the index. The index will be affected. So, guys, may the market be with you. My name is Emmanuel Udogu. So, quickly, so Esther, please don't do that again. Don't post. If not, you'll be blocked, right? Don't post any any signal group here. If not, you'll be blocked for life. Okay, please don't do that again. So 09026264507. Okay, so you can just chat up with me. Okay, I prefer chatting. Okay, don't call, just chat. Thank you very much, guys. Okay. Okay, I think you have been warned several times. It's time to block you completely. So, guys, thank you very much. Join us on Monday again. Please, may the market